Who the fuck gave you the right to tell women? What? This is why judgment coming to you black women, us Hebrew Israelite, answer all questions, but you people are hard-headed. Who asked you to answer any questions? How are you gonna answer any questions when you just as lost as your Christian butt buddies? Probably painful looking at what I got on, cause y'all used to seeing your wives dressed like pilgrims. Then again, it can't be that painful, cause when y'all be on them corners, y'all be about to break y'all damn necks looking at the same women that you try to degrade. You can't even get a word out with you motherfuckers. Y'all steady be screaming in somebody's face, law, law, law. What happened to the law of you minding your motherfucking business? Get in motion. You on the corner doing nothing. Getting your blood pressure worked up because people don't believe what you believe in. Just know all that screaming shit don't scare me. I'ma gut punch one of y'all and pull all your fringes off. And I know they got y'all stuck on that I do not permit a woman to teach bullshit, but this is not the New Testament nor the old one. I can't tell what you look like, but if I had to guess, I would say that you are one of my copper color brothers. Y'all the main ones be on the corner selling out, grading women and shit. Literally abusing your wife. Physically, mentally, emotionally. And then half of y'all broke. Let me go ahead and apologize to the Christians. I can admit when I'm wrong. I thought y'all was the most annoying group on the planet. However, I think the Barneys of the world take the cake. I'ma ask you just like I asked the Christians. Especially because I know y'all love to focus on the Old Testament. Y'all claim y'all the real Hebrew Israelite. Don't speak a damn lick of Hebrew. Can't read it neither. Why don't you answer the question that they couldn't? You're defending this book, picking out everything that fits what you want to talk about. Let's talk about this. Exodus 21:20 through 21. You know the part where they said that you can beat your slave as long as your slave dies, there'll be no punishment? Without pulling up any other text in that Bible. I want to hear you justify that shit. The last I checked, I do believe that I am the creator. Yeah, that's right, the copper color woman. Well, to think that a man created anything is asinine. With that being said, who the fuck gave you the right to tell women what to do, what to wear, where to go, when to speak? You don't sit the fuck down somewhere. Think about a weak man, he can't stand a strong woman. A whole group of funky ass men got together and wrote that Bible. Why don't y'all just admit it? The whole world is watching. Y'all don't like women. Even the ones cosplaying with wives right now. You can tell you don't like her because look how you treat her. For anybody who subscribed to any form of religion, or go against any one of y'all any day. The same book that y'all be upholding, y'all don't know nothing about. Take it and put your own spin on it. Claim God is not a God of confusion, yet y'all all confused reading his supposed word. Always speaking for God. Or whatever y'all want to call him. Y'all main thing to say is just wait till judgment come. Nigga, we been waiting. How long we gotta wait? I can guarantee you if there was judgment coming, they coming straight for y'all asses first. The way y'all have scared and harassed people throughout the years on them damn corners is needs to be studied. At this point, y'all all need mental help. But I said what I said. That goes for any one of y'all religious groups. Spiritual beings first, that's it. To that man in my comments talking about everybody claiming to be spiritual nowadays, shut your ass up too. Don't have to claim to be spiritual. Don't we all have spirits? I don't think we all have religions though. I really gotta start making sense before you comment on my shit. Let me go ahead and get y'all together too for the ones that's always talking about don't give them your energy, don't respond, don't tell me what to do. Because anytime I respond, it's always gonna be a lesson and a message. Whatever I decide to exert my energy to, that's my business. I will never find me on nobody's post telling them what to do. This is why I press record on my own phone. I need to understand that nobody is love and light all the time. That shit is not even realistic. It's like everything within the universe, there's duality and balance with all things. So what that means is when somebody comes to me and they not correct, you best believe I'm gonna get their ass in order. And if you don't like it, you can keep scrolling. Or you could unfollow me. Now that we got that squared away, let me go ahead and say this. For the real men, please stand up. Just know I'm not talking to y'all, baby. I love everything about y'all. I love the way you stand in your power and you have a strong woman beside you standing in her. I love that doesn't offend you that you have a woman who speaks her mind. I love how secure you are. I love that you know that without me there is no you. Most importantly, I love that you know that not behind every strong man, but beside every strong man is a strong woman. But beside every strong man is a strong woman. The rest of you weak ducklings, find a real woman requires a real man. Go on and find you somebody else to play with. Because I can assure you, Yaya is not the one, nor two.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim Racha HaKodash, and double honors to the other apostles, the bishops of Great Millstone, honors as well to you, brethren, fellow believers, supporters of this truth. Shalom to you, few sisters. Shalom to the elect. Real quick, I want to go on to the copper-colored queen, right? The copper-colored queen who says that without woman, them, we wouldn't exist. As if without us, they wouldn't exist. So, where do we go with this? This goes back to the black conscious community. She messed with one of those men, right? You know how it go. Everybody has to be led. That's just what it is. Everybody's led to the direction that they're led. She believes that she's the goddess of the earth, right? And men must bow down to her. And then you saw at the end of the clip, she said, "Oh, to all you men that I love, that understands that you came from us," or something like that. Basically, that you accept that you came from us and that you're not intimidated. You see the tactics, that you're not intimidated by a copper-colored queen or black woman. The minds of these black women is insane. But then the men still have to run and protect these copper-colored queens, right? They're the heads. They're the goddesses. Let me say they're the gods, I guess. Then what are the men? The men are the goddesses, I guess. I don't know. So, although a man has to protect them, that house she stands in, yep, men built it. That furniture she sits in, men built that too. Probably shipped those clothes that she wears. That makeup she wears, this is not a bad looking woman. I wouldn't say that. But she got herself together with her lipstick and her eyeshadow and her makeup and her hair just to make this video. This shows you how carnal women really are. This is not a god, right? But a goddess, I guess. That they need to put on some type of other face just to make a video. And then in this video, she said, you wish you can mess with women like me, that your wives would dress like me. No. If you are a man and you have a wife, why the hell would you want her to dress like that? Unless you want other men to lust or cuck over your wife. A man is only supposed to see you. See, these women don't want to submit. And this is the type of woman that can you call her a woman? We'll get into that too. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 11. Now I praise you, brethren, that you remember me in all things and keep the ordinances. Why did he say keep the ordinances? Because it was out of order as I delivered them to you. But I will have you know that the head of every man is the Messiah, Yahushua, and the head of the woman is the man. This is why they don't want the book. You see, these dirty elites, they funded to these black conscience gurus, which Steve Biko and the Pan-Africanism was all started by Esau, right? Roman Catholics, Steve Biko from the black conscience community, that was started by the Roman Catholic. He was a Roman Catholic, Jake. And his job was just to smooth Jake over, right? In believing and helping the white man. And then they brought the Virgin Mary birth and all that in. And then they transformed it into the black woman being the queen of the earth, right? But then they start dabbling in the Africanism and Egyptology, and they carried that same doctrine, which really where it came from, the Egyptian worship and Babylonian worship, and they just kept going on with it. These women can never, this woman right here, she can never respect her husband, right? See, Brother Polite, he could push this garbage, but he had his wives in order. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't apply to him, but it applies to every other man that gets a copper-colored queen. But anyway, yeah, how's that working with everything's going on? You're going to see the judgment that's going to come on these Eves, man. And I want to see these so-called black men jumping to save these black women, man. No wonder everybody talk about Eve like that, you know? Anyway, the head of the woman is the man, and the head of the Messiah, Yahushua, is God. You see what I'm saying? So let's go here. Deuteronomy 28:56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not venture to set a sole or a foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, Her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, or toward her son, and toward her daughter. So what happens is these same women, through generations of broken families, they raised young men. And then the young men grow up and see these powerful copper-colored queens who grow up, and then they want to mess with a woman, and these women, copper-colored queens, they'll ship them off, their sons off, to a man, to a woman that can be their mother, right? So what happens is the black woman only trains her son to be a slave to the other black woman. And that's what happens. And every time you see these so-called black men that's running in the society, not the ones that's out of control with the skinny pants and just out of control, but the ones who stick up under their mamas, they tend to worship women. And when you go to the comment board, it's a whole bunch of sisterhood. They all join into it, the sisterhood. And I don't know why the IUIC even leave a comment to them, to this woman. I mean, okay, I'm doing a video on it, but okay, it's just to show you the wretchedness of Eve, man. And like, where do you see, when you're in line, do you see how, can you say they even are women anymore? But how they have become. You know what I'm saying? She looks the part, but she doesn't act the part. Well, maybe she does act the part. And it's a lot of men on here who bigs this woman up. Be more. Yes, goddess. Yep. Yes, goddess. Always correct the wrong. Goddess. Where did they get this? I guess God is a woman now too. I don't know. This is a lot of women. And there's Christian women. Thanks, goddess. This is needed to be said. And this is a goddamn man. Look at this. Long hair. Goddamn it. Those men, I don't know. He might be one of those guys into some of that stuff too. You know, he's probably into the flipping the woman and making them like that. But when it comes to them, they're pimping them out and treating them like trash. I wonder how this is working out, because a lot of these jakes that speak like this, they don't even really take care of their woman. And if that's the case, you will see a whole bunch of videos of women in this community saying, we are taken care of by our women, by our men. You don't see it. Look at this, man. What the hell is going on? They're into some weird stuff, man.
The truth is finally surfacing.
And he's got a cross on his neck. I don't know, man.
The truth is finally.
I don't know. This is some crazy stuff, man. Anyway, for Adam was formed, then Eve. Let me go to Sirach. Right? It says here, the grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discreet discretion will fatten his bones. So do this woman have a husband? Probably. Discretion means the ability to perceive and understand, discernment, distinguish right from wrong, prudence regarding one's conduct. Let me go here. Let me go to discreet. And see what that says. It says discreet, separate, distinct from others. I guess same thing. Morally discerning, prudent. It says avoiding mistakes. Kind of going into virtuous. Discerning, carefulness, discern, perceive, meaning to separate, to be distinct. Discreet, to be careful, prudent. That's pretty much it. Separate, distinct from others. Yeah, you're not going to see this, man. This is wild. A solid and loving woman is a gift from the Lord. That is nothing so such worth a mind well instructed. You see that? A solid and loving woman. Well, let's get woman. This is not a solid and loving woman. If you want to call her a woman, it says, all female, literally woman, man, wife, man. It says a woman, female servant. Okay, a servant. So wait a minute. You're the goddess, but you're the God. Without you, it wouldn't be us. But how is it that you're the servant? Yeah, and the word husband means master. Unless somebody makes up some new etymology, right? A servant, domestic attendant, master, service to a master or lord, which is your husband, employed to subject to his orders. Like these women, right? These goddesses will go on a white man's job and do whatever he says. And they must, because they are actually servants. So how are the goddesses, the copper-colored queens and gods, how are they the gods of the earth? I don't know. You got to really be really bugged out to even think something like that. And it really goes to a slave. A slave. So you're supposed to be a slave to your husband. Let's hear it again. I think I erased it. Let's see if I can find.
I know the purple Power Ranger ain't in my comment.
Okay.
I know the purple Power Ranger ain't. Confused reading his supposed word. Always speaking for God. Whatever y'all want to call him. Y'all main thing to say is just wait. Just wait till judgment come. Nigga, we been waiting. How long we gotta wait?
Yeah, so I mean, you see things happening now in the earth. I mean, you look at, I think over 200 something thousand so-called black women lost their jobs across the country in the last year. If I'm not mistaken, these were some statistics. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot been happening. And you can't take this woman serious. See, that judgment has to come.
Guarantee you, if there was judgment coming, they coming straight for y'all asses first. The way y'all have scared and harassed people throughout the years on them damn corners is needs to be studied. At this point, y'all all need mental health. But I said what I said. That goes for any one of y'all religious.
Yeah, so, we don't really agree with IUIC and their tactics and the things that they do. But at the end of the day, it's about waking up the children of Israel. I mean, the Christian church hasn't done very much for our people. I mean, hell, they post the Christian church up right across from the drug dealers in a liquor store. There's nothing wrong with a liquor store to buy the right wine or whatever. But I'm talking about poison liquor that destroys us. The drug dealers are there. And right across the street, you will have a halfway house for addicts. You know what I'm saying? So the environment that these religious institutions are in has been destructive in general. And then the same Christian church tells us, forget about the laws. Now, she doesn't believe in Christianity, but even in her community, where did a lot of her stuff come from in the teachings that she got? Some books, some crazed people came up with these theories that the first woman was God. And yeah, came from white men too, by the way. White men brought all this out. And this is who they're following. Anyway, let's go back here. A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace, and a continent mind cannot be valued. Right? Let's go to shamefaced. Where am I at? I went to discreet. Okay, I don't have it, I don't think. Shamefaced, modest, bashful, right? Shamefaced, ashamed, bashful. Let's keep coming up, bashful. Let's see what bashful means. I don't know, I'm going through this first time. Excessively modest, shy, and sheepish. Those are the kind of women I like. I would never in a million years. And I know this woman wouldn't mess with a man of the Lord anyway. At least not right now. Mess with a woman like that. so-called woman like that, right? There is no way. You're asking for trouble. See, that's a clash. That's two men fussing with each other. You'll be in there telling her what to do, and she said, I'm the queen. So in other words, through my feminism, you got to fix my car. You got to, if I catch a flat, you got to fix the water heater if it blows out, or you got to call somebody, get it done. You got to open the doors for me. You got to do all these things for me, but I ain't got to do a damn thing for you. This is the mindset that they have, right? When I'm ready to have sex, then we'll do it. Not you. See, they're in that cuck spirit, you know what I'm saying? Or that dominatrix spirit with the whip and the chains. And you got men that was raised by these women that loves this stuff. You got men that get off on this stuff, man. They're looking for the shackles in the diaper. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're looking for. Bashful. Modest, right? To bring down, to humiliate, bashful, meaning that they would be shamefaced, sorrowful. Like, in other words, I belong to you, husband. Right? This is why the Lord set certain men up separate from these weirdos. All these people are weird. And, can you blame this woman? She the weaker vessel, but she joined them to him. Well, yeah, at the end of the day, a wicked man is given to the portion. A wicked woman is given to the portion of a wicked man. Humble, virtuous, right? Let's see what virtuous means. It says characterized by vigor or strength, full of vitality, also having qualities befitting a knight, valiant, hardy, courageous, valiant, brave, good, virtuous, moral strength, right? So if you want, you copper-colored women, you want strength, make it virtuous, Use that strength to take care of your husband, to love your husband. Virtuosity. Let's go to virtuous woman. Let's see what that says. Because that can go in many different ways. Definition. Virtuous woman. Let's see what it says. Unless Google changed it. A virtuous woman is a moral goodness, strength, and capability. It goes into Proverbs 31, dignity, integrity, wisdom, and compassion. She is known for her hard work, self-control, and ability to manage her home and finances wisely. Integrity, self-control. She exercises restraint and manage her time wisely. She got nothing to do, but, a woman, a servant, she wouldn't even address that. First of all, it wouldn't even been a situation where she's up there and that these IUIC characters wouldn't have even leave a message, right? She has no business. Really, women have no business all over TikTok. They just don't. If your wife is all over TikTok, my opinion is get her ass off of there, man. She's looking for attention, right? And when a woman looks for attention, that means she's not getting enough attention. She wants more. My opinion, get your woman off any kind of social media. She does not belong on there. Unless she's not in the truth. Well, even if she's not in the truth. If you got a wife that's not in the truth, try to coerce her. No reason to do all that. You don't need to be anywhere. See, the thing with these women, your attention eventually is not enough. So they need more. And we'll see at camp, these women will walk by with bodacious boulders in their asses. You know what I'm saying? And their butt cheeks hanging out. And they'll be walking and holding hands with somebody. And we try not to look at nothing like that. But the men enjoy it. right? And then a woman will sit up there, the queens, the black queens mainly, they'll sit up there and say, it's a privilege for you to be with me, right? And these men accept that. And then next week, they with someone else. Men aren't going to wake up. It's just what it's going to be. And this is part of Isaiah 13. The Lord will make man more precious than fine gold, which means he's going to separate us. You need these weak men. This woman calls strong men weak men, I guess. But strong men are built for protection. These weak men, they're going to look for you in that day as a woman to protect them. That's what you created. I know women now that all they love is these weak men. And then when things go wrong, if they need help, they'll call other men, the strong men, to come help them. And if you don't, they'll look at you as a weak man and you're scared, you're insecure. They'll throw that word on you. You're insecure because you don't want to do nothing. Yeah, with a woman like this, you damn sure need to be insecure.